All right, so all right, so it's kind of weird because I haven't vlogged at all this week. In fact, I haven't trained at all this week, so everything that I said I was going to try and do in my part 1 video is all out the window. And if you're wondering, well, Zeb, what have you been doing this whole week? Well, let me show you. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. First time to the Jones Center, but I found my bib, I got my shirt, and the bib has the chip on it there, so that it keeps your time and everything like that. So, almost 11 o'clock at night. The race is tomorrow. The race itself is at 7:15 is when it starts. I have my alarm set to go off at 5. I don't really have a lot going into tomorrow. I guess I'm honoring doing a 5K untrained pretty well, which is unfortunate. Tomorrow's gonna suck, but I think it'll be okay. I think I'm gonna try and take the same strategy that I did in my 2019 5K, where I'm going to try and run the first mile, walk most of the second mile, and then run and finish strong on that third mile. Anyways, I'm going to try and get some sleep. At this point, if I fall asleep right now, I'll get like 6 hours of sleep. So, with that, let's see how tomorrow goes, and I'll chat with you then. Poosh, don't be an idiot. It is a couple days past the race day here, and because I couldn't really film on race day, I figured I'd do a little bit of a different style here with kind of telling my recollection of the day and everything like that. So I ran the Hog-Eye Marathon weekend, the Sunday Fun Day event for the 5K, and I decided to kind of get a base level where I'm at and go ahead and run it without being trained. So, come race day, it's currently 5:18 in the morning. I'm getting some coffee going and get some breakfast here in a little bit. Got a banana. So, yeah, it's early. Whew. My breakfast consisted of a bowl of cream of wheat and a banana, and then, like I said, the cup of coffee. Felt like that was a good light breakfast. I'm not used to eating that early by any means, so I knew that I didn't want to overdo it and load up or anything like that. So, see, I set myself up for success here. Got my bib there, my shirt there. Shorts there, headphones, keys, wallet are downstairs. I get to the park where the race was starting, and there was a lot of people there. I don't know if it was nerves or a little bit of like anxiety or something like that, which I guess would be nerves. But I kept feeling kind of nauseous. And part of me felt like if I could find a bathroom and just like, sounds gross, but like throw up and just like get it out of the way, it'd be better. But I, along with probably tons of people, hate throwing up. Throwing up is probably one of the worst things on the list of worst things. I don't know what to do. There's a lot of people here, but there's some people like stretching. There's been people that have been like running already, which I feel like is the smart thing to do, but I don't know, I feel like that'd be too professional of me to try and do. I am struggling. I'm feeling kind of nauseous. I don't know if my breakfast isn't sitting right, or maybe it's just the nerves of getting to race day, or what the situation is, but so this is happening. Hold on. That's a good sign, right? Race day going slow. Also, allergies are kicking my butt right now. Like, I cannot breathe out of my nose. I did manage to find an open restaurant. I ran in and grabbed a napkin so I could blow my nose and keep an extra one in my pocket to keep it wiped down. But yeah, I'm struggling. I think this first little stretch is going to be quite tough. But once I get out of eyesight of most of the population here, I feel like I can kind of pace myself a little bit better based on how I'm feeling right now. I'm going to kind of push myself to the back of the line too, so I don't, catch anybody up. So, yeah, all right. Race should be starting here in about 10-ish minutes, so I don't want filming to hinder my, numbers and stuff like that. Like, I want to try and get as true times. And so I figured it was just nerves. I'd get through the first stretch of the race, warmed up, and I'd be fine. So race kicks off. It's 7:15 in the morning. I walk the first 5 minutes, feeling good, feeling good with that, and I start running a little bit, kind of picking up my pace. But as soon as my heart rate would get up and elevated past 160 beats per minute, but once it started getting up there, that nausea would start coming back, and I would just kind of slow down, and it would eventually kind of go away, and I'd run. So the pace that I kept, I would jog, run for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'd walk for about 5 minutes. And that's about the pace that I kept for most of the first part. I think I did a 13-minute mile for my first mile. And then my second mile was more like 14-ish minutes. And then my last mile was about 15 minutes. So I'm running, feeling okay, hit the first water station, and then a little bit past that, you finally hit the halfway point. Well, I circled the bend, and I was like, oh, finally the halfway point. And the guy that was monitoring, making sure that all the people were going the right direction, he said, no, this is actually further than halfway, which I was like, cool, thumbs up. So what's funny though is that the 5K people, once you hit the halfway point or that turnaround, the 10K people are already circled back around and coming back. So there's some 10K people that were booking it. So anyways, past the turnaround point, I'm running back, and this is probably about halfway through the second mile. And I don't know if, finally the nausea caught up to me. a gust of wind came up and kind of like blew into me. I had a runny nose, so I sniffled at the same time, and then all of a sudden my gag reflex hits, and I can't fight it anymore. I can't hold it back. So I step off into the bushes and proceed to dry heave for about 5 minutes. I ended up not throwing up, which is good. But I took my headphones out to like lay off the, just to kind of, I felt like I was a little overstimulated. People that were running by, again, the 10K people and other 5K people that I had worked so hard to pass were going by me saying, "You got this, man, you got this," which was good words of encouragement, but I was very embarrassed. So yeah, so had I not proceeded to do that for 5 minutes, I would have actually done pretty good on my overall time. But I just, after that, I got like a renewal. Like I felt like I'd finally gotten that out of the way. And again, I wish I would have done it from the start, which is a weird thing to say, but I got like a fresh revival, and then I ran for a good chunk of that last 3/4 of a mile, half a mile or so. And then I would say when I was almost there, like my legs were feeling pretty heavy, but I could hear off in the distance the intercom for the like DJ saying, "You're at the finish line, here's the finish line, you're coming up," and then they would read your bib number and call your name as you pass the finish line. So when I heard that and I knew that I was close, I just decided to like book it, and pacing myself, yes, but I was like ready to be done. My joints, my knees, my legs, everything just felt heavy. Like I was done. Like I was done. So I am just going past all these people, and I'm feeling good, and like all these people kind of start showing up, like people that are just there supporting the racers and stuff like that. And they're like, "Man, you got this, man, you're good, yeah, dude, like, man, you're going strong." And I'm like, man, half a mile back, I was throwing up, so I guess I'm doing okay. Anyways, get up there, and I am probably 70 feet from the finish line, and my legs are heavy. And at that point, I would have felt like an idiot running so hard to get to that point, and then stopping and walking the last 70 feet. And so I proceeded to mock run through the finish line, and I think I was moving slower than a walking pace, but I finished. And they give you this medal, which is pretty cool. It's got this nice lanyard. This is the color of the lanyard for the 5K. This is the medal itself. Does that focus? And then it says the one for all on the back, and then I got it etched. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, kind of. Well, it might be backwards depending on how the camera is filming. But it's the date, April 10th, 2022, Road to 200, which anybody that is watching this knows that that is my goal. So it is officially Monday morning, the 11th, so the day after my 5K. And so I just wanted to, fresh out of bed, get my quick weight here so we can kind of, I don't expect to have lost a lot of weight considering I didn't train and all I did was run the 5K, but it's still interesting to check. So let's see. Oh, forgot to mention, my finish time, I gave myself an hour. That was my goal time, was to finish in an hour. And I ended up finishing it in like 46 minutes and some change. So very good. I felt very good about that. So that was my experience on race day. I'm going to find a 5K that is roughly about 2 or 3 months away roughly, and actually properly train for it between, like, you know, trying to get the nutrition down and pacing myself and just overall developing my endurance. So that is my goal, and I will let you know what that race is. That is the story and the week leading up to my Untrained 5K. So if you like this video, go ahead and drop a like down below. If you have a 5K that you know of that's a few months out, leave a comment, let me know what that race is so I can look into it and get signed up for it. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one.